This video, quick video about Kyrie and the Hebrew to Negroes. He I see that documentary shot up now since he said something about it, and everybody watching it, and that's good. A lot of people find out the Hebrew origin, and you know the 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 so-called black people in America is the Hebrews. But y'all be careful with that. You know what I mean? Because that could be, um, they could use Kyrie to push that. Y'all got to watch out for them celebrities and basketball players because with the Hebrew, a lot of the Hebrews they push that Africa shit on our people. And they push that slavery talk on our people. See, before this, Kyrie was pushing that we from America, you know what I mean? But they might got on him and made him push the Hebrew talk because it's powerful to know you a Hebrew. Like people been out here with that. They ain't had no problem with that. But they could be using that, using Kyrie as an overplay for the underplay. Like make him push that because I seen on one is on one when he was up on the podium and they was talking to him, he said something about Africa, like our African bloodline or something. But he was just an Indian. He was just an Indian a couple years ago. You don't go from no Indian to being no African, man. Because I'm gonna tell y'all this: being a Hebrew really ain't got nothing to do with Africa. Now, it's some Hebrews that went to Africa, but they don't know they the Hebrews. The Israelites that went to Africa don't know they Israelites. They got the curse on them, just like we do. The Israelites in Africa is wearing wigs and twerking and shit like that, and they don't know they don't know they Israelites. Just like in America, the niggas in America don't know they Israelites. It's a curse on us for us not to know because we started following lesser gods and we lost all our heritage and stuff like that. So we don't know that. You know what I mean? So a true Israelite not really gonna know who he is. Now it's some that's waking up that know, but look what the Hebrew Israelites push. They push all that African shit on us. We came on ships and we was whipped and the Africans sold us and all that shit. Nah. See what we finding out, none of that shit really happened. And the people who went on ships, they went on different islands to American islands to work and shit like that, but it wasn't slavery like they thought. You know what I mean? It was really agriculture built and the slave talk. Only slavery was little different wars and people was having wars and capturing people and having them work and stuff like that. But it wasn't like it was painted like roots and all that. We all came on some slave ships, chained and all that shit, man. We already done debunked that shit. Like you can't be on no ship with no hundreds and thousands of people and survive, man. The fecal matter in the urine killed, man, a whole ship alone. And you can't bring no ships full of hundreds of niggas because how you gonna have enough drinking water to keep them people alive? And it takes 4 5 months to even get across the Atlantic, especially on them type of ships, because they didn't have motorized ships. Motorized ships ain't come to the end of the 1800s. So what they really had was rowboats. You know what I mean? So y'all or sailboats. So y'all can't, a lot of that shit was lies. That middle passage and all that was bullshit. But the Hebrews pushed that. They pushed that middle passage and all that. That's all they talk about. So this whole shit might just be a whole deflection to deflect you away from your real American heritage. Because yeah, it's true that Negroes is the Hebrew Israelites, but we was that here in America. It didn't have nothing to do with the land of Ham. The land of Ham over there, where the Hamites at. That ain't got nothing to do with what we got over here. We come from the land of Shem. Shemitic. That's why they try to say Semitic. They don't even know what they talking about. We come from the seed of Shem. That's like Half a Meal said in the rap. My hair wavy like Shem. So watch out for the double cross, man. They come hit you with. They got Kyrie push that. Them niggas steal all puppets. And then now they got other people standing up, Jason Williams and all that. They'd have been pushed the Hebrews and Negroes, and then they get their mission accomplished. And then before you know it, he be back in the NBA playing basketball again, and all that shit been swept up under the rug. Hey man, Kanye, you never know, man. They daily with that TV, man, the media. What we need to do is cut all that shit off, you know, because I don't trust that shit. With he on, that nigga was just saying he was an Indian. Now he's an African Hebrew. But he maybe the Most High is waking him up. But a lot, a lot of our people, we not gonna know we Israelites. But to the ones who know, like Chief Moray and you know, Taj and this one, cause he know we Israelites too. Even Hawk School know, but who else? My man Blackbeard Mirage. They know that the Americas was Israelite land, and most of the Aboriginals don't know that. You know what I mean? Because they just flat out once you say something about the Bible, they don't want to hear shit about it. They get to laughing and all that. But y'all don't laugh at none of them other books that y'all read that was straight up written by the white man. Y'all gotta, y'all got to know that the Bible got real deep shit in there, but it was preached to us the wrong way, so we don't understand it. And then once we got some little knowledge of self, a little bit of knowledge of self, the first thing we did was debunk the Bible. Not me, but a lot of people did. But that don't mean you gotta go bar for bar in there. But it's so much knowledge in there, man. For real. If you got some real understanding, you will know how to break it down, man. It's even knowledge ways how to eat in there and everything, man. I followed the Bible on the eating laws, man, and you got to dig through it. See, they added stuff like with certain meats and all that. Even though it said don't eat pork and all that junk, but it said don't eat crab, shrimp, lobster, and all that too. But when you look at the real, passages in the Old Testament, they was only eating herbs and fruits and vegetables. You feel me? And grains and stuff like that. So they can add. They might add it. Like even the cow. Cow wasn't even out then. Cow wasn't even no American animal. Over here they had bison. So there's a lot of jewels in the Bible, man. Don't just debunk the whole Bible, man. Cause if y'all be reading all type of books, y'all can read Hickory Dickory Dock. If it say something about America, nigga be in there pulling out the jewels out of that book. You feel me? Out of Dr. Seuss books. If it say something about America, y'all will be pulling the jewels out. So why y'all can't pull the jewels out the Bible? This to the Aboriginals. Like man, y'all gotta start thinking deeper. But y'all under the curse too. We don't know, but we in the awakening period. So people is starting to wake up and see, you know what I mean, and really discerning and finding out. our true origins, but the Africa ain't got nothing to do with Hebrew Israelites and them tribes over there, them Hamites that's faking like they Jews, the Limba and all that. They the same as the pale people in Palestine and the new Israel. They the same thing to me. Like the Jews in Ethiopia and all that, they just faking the funk, man. They really read the scriptures and they trying to be Americans. They trying to be the chosen people, but the Shemites, the Shem chosen Shem is it Shem land is the Americas, and we the niggas, we the ignorant niggas. That was the ignorant Israelites in the Bible, nigga. That was wilding. That's us over here. A lot of us not gonna know who he is. Look at Charleston White, nigga. That nigga, that's an Israelite. When that nigga like, nigga, I ain't no motherfucking Hebrew, nigga. I don't know. That's what the Bible predicted that the Israelites is gonna be doing in the future. You know? So watch that, man. They push that African shit up on us. No, the Americas is Hebrew Israelites. And a lot of them Bible stories was all in the Americas. Even the animals that was in the Bible is American animals. They ain't speaking of no damn monkeys and shit in the Bible. They be speaking of elks and deers and shit like that. Yeah, man, lions. Everybody know a lion is a indigenous American animal that was took over there, you know, put in them jungles. But yeah, man, I was just made that right quick, man. Thought about that, man, because I see everybody buying that documentary and watching it. Don't fall for the underplay or the overplay for the underplay because y'all will be thinking y'all Africans and thinking y'all slaves. And I just, and the Hawk School and them just broke down that in the 1700s, it wasn't even no black slaves. All the slaves were so-called white people. And we was the ones running the agriculture and shit like that. I even found my family records where my family was running agriculture, man. Had their own plantations and shit like that and their own farms. So yeah, you know, watch out for that, man. Watch out for that. Watch out for that slickness, man. They think they slick. They want everybody to be African Hebrew, and we from Africa, man. Nah, we from over here in the Americas, man. The Hebrew Israelites and the Aboriginals is all the same, man. All them cultures of the Mayans and the Olmec cultures and all that, them Hebrew Israelites. And it's different from being a Hebrew and being an Israelite. Like it was all type of different nations of Hebrews, but the Israelites is the ones, them American niggas. You know what I mean? We the Israelites. But I don't want to say it like, cause y'all think about the niggas on the corner park preaching, "Hi, Shimmy, y'all was shot" with that. Nah, because they still got the blinders on their eyes too. Because all them niggas gonna preach, yeah, we came on the slave ships, something, white man whooped our backs, and all that, man. That ain't gonna make you grow. That's just gonna put you in the light, like, okay, we God's chosen people, but then it's gonna put the fog on you, like, but we Africans, we was whooped. That had you mad at white people and everything, and mad. It put some anger on you when you first know you a Hebrew. It's because we getting taught to us wrong. Oh man, we from over America. We the ones who used to run shit in the Americas, man. Them Chinese, Native Americans, and those pale Mexicans and all that, man. They not from here. They not the real people from here, man. It's us. But if you read Deuteronomy, it's gonna tell you that the knowledge of we knowing who we is was gonna be stripped away from us. So we don't know who he is. We think we all type of shit. Yeah, but once we found out we the Jew, we is the Jews. The fake Jewish people is not the children of Judah. They not the children of God. You know what I mean? It's us. How they gonna be the children of God? They can't even stand in the sun. You think God gonna create the sun and then create some people who can't enjoy the sun? That makes sense to a fool.